more. Don't let me more. Mama, grandma, don't be mad, don't be mad, don't be mad, don't be mad. No more, yeah, no more, yeah. No more, don't let me more. Don't let me more, about the bubble. Salon de more, about the bubble. Salon de more, about the bubble. If you want, I don't know. Ewa, wana ewa, ewa, ewa. Una wewe lomo bie, ekuna wewe londe limo, ya londe monga bade bobo. Ana do bona oga ekina, ana do bona oga ekina. Ewa, ana ewa, londe wano na moye. Don't never know na moye. Don't never know na wera boga ekina ye. Ne wera boga ekina ye. Dono egana, longega nyuna. Ana egana lomo karenye. Dua lomo bo anama. Dua lomo bo. Ana ele ngabemwe. Ana ele ngabemwe. Ya kuna lomo miwa. Ena wega londe mimo. Ya londe mama wade ibobo. Ya londe mama wade ibobo. Ana elo, ana elo, ana elo. Ewala, ana ewa. Ewala, ana ewa. Ana elo, elawa o. Yena we, tomo biwa. Kuno na we londe mimo e. Ya dem mama wade ibobo. Ana kwetumo, ana kwetumo, ana kwetumo, ana kwetumo, ana kwetumo. Ana adopanye, ana adopanye, ana adopanyo, malobo na wasanyo, malobo na wasanyo. Sambela ngjuwa ba walongo, sambela ngjuwa ba walongo. Ewa ana ewa londe manu namuye ana ewa londe manu namuye londe manu namuye Mwadanga onganwa taona duale ngabemwe duale kuna boke muderuko Davalie dulu nyangela Dieka Wabaibo agelo debo Dava mwede aliba mwalo Kya yele liba teo Kya yele liba walomo Dale nyarela duwa mwebu Nyamwe da mwngwe Nyanga duba duga mwenukwe Kya dale yamalo wabo kubale iye Bobaleye, peraga ye debo. Bobaleye, peraga ye debo. Ya moyo, ya mo papa le mima. Malone bobaleye yenga. Ya mo papa vale yenga. Ya mo papa vale yenga. Wedanga dele morebo. Da denga ba denga ma yango dia. Dia ke ya ba lungo we. Ya no wo vale yenga. Ya no wo vale yenga peraga ye debo. Ewa, ana ewa, londe manu namuye. Ewa, ana ewa, londe manu namuye. Ana ewa, ana ewa o, ana ewa o, ana ewa o, ana ewa o. Ana line, Analine kwelaga lo nebo. Analine kwelaga lo nebo. Anaelo malono na asanyo. Malono na asanyo. Monge bae kasanyo. Monge bae kasanyo. Monge bae kasanyo. Wanga nyewi nganwa. Wanga nyewi nganwa. Wale kuna mwege lo newa. Wale kuna mwege lo newa. Alo mayanga yele samoba. Alo mayele meniba. Abalo nebo abale yenga. Abalo nebo abale yenga. Abalo nebo abale yenga. Yole jela yolo bana. Yole jela yolo bana. Yole jela yolo bana. Malo nebo abale yenga. Malo nebo abale yenga.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful Wednesday evenings with us right here on the Diaspora Informative News Outlet. We want to welcome you. If this is your first time on LPR, we say good evening and welcome in the house of LPR, where we discuss information, making news fair, balanced, and proportional. Not necessarily about the characters, but things that makes up the headlines, news, not entertainment. Too much of entertainment is ongoing in the country, so we have to make it a fair balance. And of course, also, as you know, all things considered comes away every Wednesday here, and we will do everything possible to make your heard as well. We will just facilitate this conversation, but ultimately you will be part of the discussion. Welcome, Ambassador Jado. Good to have you. Moses Dennis. Let me do a quick housekeeping before I bring in our senior analyst here. These are people that always get us to do what we are doing. Format, good evening. Welcome, Michael. I'm getting some audio here. Hopefully it's okay. Moses Etot, good to have you here. Mamadi Sharif, Tombagi, and of course, Alexander Mitchell Harper is here. Kuma Wood Marshall Siafai. Victoria, good to have you. And of course, our own sister is in the house, Mother, Sister Rita, good evening, good to have you. So interesting, you grew into the politics of Liberia. Okay, good to have you. Good evening. I hope you are doing okay. Israel Salih is here and family. I want to see how he calls his first name. Hashin Famulet. Good to have you. To Mr. Richard Bala. Bala man is in the hall. Good to be here. Jolie. Yambasu. Good to be here. Anitoba and Angeline with first jump into the house. We said good to have you here. Thank you so much. As we go along, we will do yes, come on, man. Eric is the man. Eric Cos, good evening and good to have you here. To welcome to the house of LPR. Just do us a favor, hit the share button, invite someone at your company, follow us. We are also on all of the social media, the YouTube versions. I just get a notification. They want us to upgrade to the premium of Twitter. These people, and that upgrade that you go to behind A, you gotta pay here. So, but that's okay. We will work on that. It's good for ourselves and it's good for our national conversation. We want to welcome you. This is your informative news magazine, All Things Considered. Let's get a ball rolling right here, right now. Very beautiful event running late here. It's 8:22. My goodness. Please bear with us. Sometimes you see it like that, and that is going on. So welcome to the show. Good evening. Welcome. I'm Afonso Z and Salt of the Liberal Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to welcome all of you this morning, this afternoon, no matter where you are, your location. You are located on the official news outlets of the Liberal Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Very shortly, the analysts here begin to assemble, and we're going to be having a conversation. Don't be surprised. You're going to be hearing some ridiculous stuff from them here. Because all of these people, sometimes they put up for no reason, defense line. They are all hurt. Some of them candidates were whipped. So one day you see their good side, another day you see the other side. They just all over, go to the other party and now work. They say, okay, because we are all in the same opposition column, we go on this side. And guess what? If we were to do a statistics and check these guys' membership, the only party they have not been part of that the party that have not been established. But they all started, some of them started with Gabriel Bole, Jackson Fiado, Tuan Wle, all of them. They started with they come again. So who they are they really helping the props? Who do they really represent? These analysts, these pundits, who claim to be your voice, who claim to be having these conversations. And these people, some of them in the past, they can't going to hear own baby here tonight. Some of them supported some candidates, and some of them won the election. They were supported representatives, they supported senators. And at the end of the day, nothing. Zero. They're yet to tell us their reason why those political decisions were made. They're not almost 360 degrees. Some of them want to go to 460. But anyway, we keep having the conversations. Too much is ongoing inside Liberia. What really is happening? Well, Sese Goya is a senior analyst of the Liberal Public Radio. He's been leading a lot of campaigns. He's an advocate, he's an educator, he's a scholar, he's everything. He took the broom, he ran with it from Nima. He went to Lofa. People say, Nima people say, no, you Lofa man, go to Boyka. Boyka people say, we saw you with the broom, so we now want you. So he went back to the broom guy. The roll of their pants, walking all in it. You know, politicians, they are such an interesting people, characters. All the people that were walking all in the mud, all over the place, eating with the old man and talking with the pen boy. You can see them again, they all Chile, they all gone. The guy from Totan, he jumped over Nima County, Bon County, some part of Mount Gibby, Morovia, he jumped to Lofa. Say, okay, since you coming to Lofa, I'll go into Nimba. But mind you, this guy, he's one of the founding members of the Liberty Party from Grand Bassa County. Charles Walker, the late councillor Charles Walker Bronsky. The other man who felt that without him, there should be no Liberty Party. This is the dishonest part of our politicians. They are unwilling to grow new generation. They stay inside, they die inside, then everything chakra. I will be on them tonight. For so long, they have bashed the leader. But who are these guys? Who do they really tend to advocate for? They carried their party, they didn't reach their party let them down. The party in turmoil, they left, they go and found other party. Then guess what? They say, I'm not a member of that party, but I'm supporting the candidate. They not know me, and I know them. How can you not know someone and you driving the agenda of the person? Then who you are, what do you really to represent? Let's be honest. It's not, let's be honest here. We got to expose some of these people. They all help to get our country to be where they are. Don't see them so the where those pursue those pro that came in star, and they say, I don't know them. But yet they talk about corruption, the people do this, the people do this. So what happened in your party? Tell us the story why you left that party. Why you didn't face the flower in that party? I will make flower with them here tonight. I will make flower with them here tonight. They know themselves. Okay, let's get a ball rolling. I know they are boiling with ink. Welcome to the show. There are two persons on this network. We stand for the right. We on your side. All the other people you see them, so the 1%, the 0.5%, they brought the straw feeling before even the election started. The other party, the Buchanan People Party, Dr. Mali and myself, we are the right people with the right voice. That's why we're not having headache. You see, the reason they are explaining over and over is because they are disappointed of these very people who they tend to be their voice. I ain't got nothing to lose. I never talk for anybody, but it's tough for people. So right now, they are in the process of the damage control. They come one day, the man doing good. The other day, they come, I'm disappointed. Then they're speaking from their esophagus. Then some of them changing their title. One day, they told this other avenue. The other day, I'm the advocate, the MCSS, the this, that, blah, blah, blah. The list go on and on and on. When they're ready, someday they wear dark shades so you can see their faces. Let's get the ball rolling. Okay, joining the conversation right now from the Twin Cities of Minneapolis is Science Contrips Analyst of the Library Public Radio. Mr. Sisse Goya is here from the Twin City. Easy. I told you, they can be wearing that shit when they know when the going get tough and the tough get going, they want you to see their face again, they wear that shit.
When you're small, you used to like it.
There's some of them, they will hold their head, they are their head hurting, but then they feeling bad about themselves, some of the decisions that were made. Okay, Mr. Goya, Samson told sent me text to say what I was saying. You know, this guy, the old man here, he's some kind of old man. But anyway, he's our wisdom, so we'll keep hanging in, but we'll continue to talk to him. Gentlemen, good evening. Happy Wednesday. The Liberal, I love your suit this evening, man. You start getting something from Fargo now.
I'm glad this is your last day for the week.
What do you mean?
You're not coming on again on this Sunday.
So where the happiness come from? From telling the people the truth, what is happening in today's world, you guys' behavior. So you're happy? Okay, let's have a conversation. Guys, good evening to welcome. If this is your first time, again, please like, please subscribe. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube. It is very, very, very much important. And our competition we have on this network is quality versus quantity. If you were to ask which one to pick, it's your decision. Go where you will be entertained. Then, if that's what you want, then maybe we can bring MC Carol and what the other Takongu, what the other guy named Takonje?
Takonje, Jonathan Kofa.
Yeah, Takonje, then we can bring them here. But they are too much at stake in our country, so we need to have this conversation. But we really, really highly appreciate your time. Leave your comments. We always welcome your suggestions. We're going to activate this hotline so that you will contribute as well. This is all things considered, guys. Let's get the ball rolling. They are coming again. Some of them are pastors, they are bishops, they are reverend, the one who the Bible on the other side. You know, what they prepare those days, man. That was Dotan. Who the other reverend, the Bishop Brown there, and all of those people. You know, the little one of them, they're still around. The little one of them, they're still around. They're fighting about themselves, but they're still. Oh, Mr. Collins, good evening.
What is it, Bishop Brown? All the kind of things. I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
Let them wear it.
You're looking at the CEO on fire. I don't know what's going on. But
On fire. You gas, small button gas. So.
I'm sick and tired with your Kanye, blah blah blah. Anyone do your
Tabata too much, eh?
Yeah, man. Your labor on the other side, the other broom making. We the election. We do day. My man working 1 to 355 days and blah blah blah. Talking. Here we are. Okay, guys. Good evening. Welcome. Let's have a conversation. All things considered, from Wednesday to Wednesday, a lot is going on. To the extent that, sometimes you have to keep track of what is happening right now. Let me go to this liberal here. The liberal now his voice is being echoed in Liberia. It's not going to be my talking point here, but I just want to get a sense of it. I think 2 appearances, correct? The liberal?
Yeah.
2 appearances. Okay. Let me start with that. I am driving this wheel, so I am going to direct my questions. You have the right to answer, not to answer, but just bear in mind, I am driving the wheel, so I am in charge. Just how when you're in charge, you are in charge. So like walk a fine line, it's made with. Anything can happen depending on how the conversation going to go. Okay, my co-host is here. Yeah, well, what an interesting night.
I know you always delay until your co-host.
That was intentional.
Gentlemen,
That was intentional.
Gentlemen, I am about to usher in my co-host. The independent people, this country, the result of this election is contingent on the reaction, the vote of the independent. That's how powerful we are. Now these Bafo Pash people drop our party you go to. Well, let me welcome Dr. Marley Jones.
What kind of independence in our wonder?
Sissy, don't start trouble. It's too soon. You're looking for attention. Let me bring in Dr. Marley Jones. Hey, our educational analyst and one of the independent, one of the 2 independent voices. Only 2 on this network here, interestingly. Dr. Jones, good evening. How are you? How is this Wednesday?
Oh, the Wednesday is going great. Anytime Wednesday is arriving, my whole spirit is lifted.
Right.
Collins, they may greet you that now. They may greet the deacon better than you greeted the reverend.
And you see the finger there?
The man already dealt with the reverend already, so that one.
Reverend Pastor. So absolutely, Dr. Jones. Wednesday, I see Wednesday as a day of redemption from the hands of the liberal progressive and his patron, Jerry Bacon. These 2 guys, they come on Monday, Tuesday. So as a result, when we come on Thursday, Sunday, we get a lot to do to fix behind them. It's a lot, but we will have to deal with it. So, guys, good evening. So let's have the conversation. I'm not going to be like he. I don't want to be like he. He can be only of himself. The liberal progressive. Let's take a trip here a little bit here. Let's get you out of your own bubbles here. What is the more fascinating thing? Now your voice is being echoed on state radio. On state radio. Where your guy, you and the director general who attends cabinet meeting. So I think maybe sooner or later, President Bwaka will soon call you too as well. then at least we'll be in the picture too. But let's quickly here. Let me get for you. If you want to speak to it, that's fine. What is the significant part of this whole thing you guys doing now? How do you feel doing what you are doing?
Mr. So, thank you very much for having me. So it's going to be a wonderful show. I know that for sure. But what we do on that show, I am not the organizer. I was invited to contribute. I have not asked for any detail. I just want my own 2 cents to be able to be put in place for the Liberians to hear. That's all that I care. I'm not in there to investigate what they do or what they don't do. All I know is that I should be able to hold my own respectfully. And in the area what I disagree with, folks, I should be able to express myself freely. And that opportunity is there. That's all that I know about the show. We are there to highlight.
What is the motive of the show?
What is happening in Liberia?
What's the motive?
They are there to highlight.
What is the motive? What is the ultimate end game of this? That whole where you have the Director General of the State Broadcasting Corporation started with some ridiculous statement, even though you didn't call him out. But what is the motive? Why do they hold? What did they tell you? What was the motivating factor? I know you to be a guy who can ask questions, but this time around, apparently, you just everything was yes, yes.
So I just stated it again. I went in with the clear mind. Folks that I talked to, those who invited me, explained that this is about the show that is to highlight the daily activities of what is happening in the country. And we, as a panelist, will be given the opportunity to express ourselves on those different topics, just like we do here. So there's not an end game to say this is a political setup, or this is a political institution or a government institution that we're speaking for. All of us that on there consider ourselves and our voices to be that of independent of the government. No one is speaking,
please,
including the folks that work for the government. We all claim to be speaking independently, and I think that has served us well and will continue to serve us.
This is the hypocrisy at the highest level. Let me go to Susie. You go to EFBC, you're independent, but when you come here, then you who? Mr. Goyer, today is Wednesday. I don't want to start having early headache from this guy talking point already. But from Wednesday to Wednesday, too much is ongoing right now. I'm hearing just a little echo here. I'm not sure what that's from my end. Is it okay now? Yeah, okay. So let's go into your photo of this event. From Wednesday to Wednesday, lots happening. You've been changing to your, this is one academic change campaign. So let's hear you, because from every now and then you're changing title.
Can I change my title to something different again?
No, I know what you want. Let's say
how let me restricting my movement again? You see that the people who say they are free thinkers there. But anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to our hey, I wanted to put it out here. This is not for bluffing. My eyes is killing me. The allergies is bad. My eyes are red like crazy. So to our folks out there, this is not for bluffing. Even though it kind of makes me look kind of educated, right, Dr. Malik? Kind of bring out the whole education piece.
Oh yeah, of course, yes, of course, yes.
Anyways, having said that, I wanted to change my title to Coke Drinker. And here is the reason for that. And I'll be very serious about this, even though it was a joke about the Coke. But what is and today, full disclosure, today I was on the show with Mr. To. So they called me very late. They called me very late to join the program, and I joined the program for about 30 to 45 minutes. I was on.
Yeah.
Because I know you will find out, and I ain't trying to get into no too much argument with you. So me just put that out there.
The man told me.
You said I know you're holding your back pocket. You see how I disarm you quickly? But
wow.
But on a serious note, what is concerning me right now is the silence, the loud silence of some very critical voices that we need. And a vibrant democracy that requires check and balance and require a vibrant opposition that is critically involved and that is having a check and balance and proffering different solutions to our agreed upon problems is better for Liberia. So I was thinking today, and I'm thinking about the palpable silence of my own standard bearer. And please take my broom beneath from your mouth, who's in fire go on you. But the Tewon is too silent for my taste. Alexander Benedict Cummings, it's a very smart man, and the ANC, we are missing you all because we don't have the luxury of taking vacation away from Liberia as political parties. And I was sitting today thinking about the likes of Moneyback Jr., right? These are people that haven't taken jobs in government. And so they still have their independence, but they have gone quiet. And so we are hoping if they're on vacation and if they're on sabbaticals that they can, for the sake of the nation, come back. You don't necessarily have to disagree every time with the government, but we want to hear your side. We want to hear your take on education and on the economy and on healthcare and on the security sector. And last but not least, I listened to my uncle Tamakoji today. I think a vibrant opposition is good, but I think an effective opposition is good. I think the CDC is great. They stayed. They haven't gone away, unlike so many other opposition political parties that are going away. It's a good thing, but I just hope that they can target their messages and come up and proffer solutions instead of always, just being reactionary. Like proffer solutions, disagree, argue with the economic plan. Where is Samuel Toy? Come out and argue with the economic policy that's been put forward. Right, so those are some of the things I'm looking forward to, and I think I was just thinking today that those are absent, and I think it doesn't serve our democracy well.
Thank you so much. And just talking about, you see, this is the goodness of LPR contributors and followers. I went and put there are two YouTube links, the Sky, and I left ours. I just got a message from Evis, and I realized that they didn't check our YouTube. So Evis, thank you. This is the second time. That's what happened when you have a board chair who is not doing his work, because it's only after the work of the director instead of finding money for us. So, okay, the link is out now. So thank you, Evis. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Goya, thank you so much. Let's come to Terry. We'll try to do it. SB, good evening. Welcome. Louise, good to have you. Breakable, good to have you. Money by M. Joe, thank you for joining us. Califu, Suman Jackson, thank you so much. You are one of our regular followers. Terry.
Yeah, well, there are several things that took my concern today. One of those has to do with the audit report that was being discussed on the LBS, which is something that everybody is talking about on the audit report. And secondly, the Emmanuel panel statement he made concerning the CDC government in regards to the development under the UP government that he is now praising, that is helping his people. I thought that was being transparent and honest. And lastly, I've been reading a lot on something, and I think that it's going to take a long time for Liberia to really prosper in the private sector, because I believe we lack the human capital. And I've been looking at it, and I think that is one of the major reasons why Liberia is lacking. And I don't see any really great improvement going in that area anytime soon, because I don't hear our leaders putting emphasis on that. And I think that the only way Liberia will rise productively from the gutter of depending on the government to a higher height of totally depending on being independent of itself is to progress from that, to progress from into human capital production. We have to improve our private sector, and the only way the private sector can be improved is for us to improve our human capital. And I thought that was something very good to look at.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll try to keep it as concise, as precise as we can be. Comrade Isaac Root is our regular follower from Minnesota, a long-time community tie. I'm not sure whether he retired. Long time, let's see whether you retire so we'll know. Okay, the Liberal Progressive.
Yes, Mr. So.
Let's hear you. What is in your foot? The other day, here BC thing here can get you tired because when you come from enemy, you just focus some down rest and the way you answer me, I think we will stop you eventually. There will be some who going to regulate your going down there because when you come here now, then you're all done. Yeah, well, I'm not going to, you have your own network image to build. So when you're going to be going down there and you come here like a banana leaf, there's no need. Let me hear you. So put life in yourself.
Thank you, Mr. So. I'm not tired. I mean, this is home. So when we're over there, we're trying to do what we're just all about Liberia, to be honest with you. But look, what's on my plate here tonight is this idea. As Zopeno comment, I'm not too sure why people are so surprised because Zopeno told us a month or so, 2 months or so before the election, warned CDC and CDC leadership that if the road that goes to the east, southeast, if they are not addressed, the CDC will not win the election on front page Africa. Carry that life. And I called him and talked to him about it. And he said, yeah, I mean what I say, even though I'm a seditious, but people need to do something about this road. And Mr. So, you yourself know I've been behind them to do something about that road. And the president decided, and his people decided they're going to do more. Now, as I stated on the show also, as an engineer, I am not, I'm quite ready to be dancing for this one. What I can say is that it's a quick fix. And the quick fix most likely will last a little bit, but not much, because there were some things as an engineer or even a construction person and building a long stretch of road with no design whatsoever in mind, just building based on eyes and thumb, putting your thumb up and say, okay, this one's good, that one's good. So and I do respect them, because some of the gutters that used to be in the middle of the road are now all grayed out. And what they have done also, the part of the video that I saw today, was that some of the area they lifted the road up, which I've been saying to them for them to do for a very long time. But however, there are some areas when it comes to safety, they missed the mark completely. You're talking about road that people are now going to drive on faster than before, because the idea that there's no pothole or mud hole, whatever you want to call it. So people are going to drive faster now than before. And therefore, if you're going to provide that type of avenue, you should be able to be mindful of the incident or accident, whatever that might come your way, by providing some safety aspect on the road that you fixed. And that wasn't done. And so because of that, as an engineer looking at that, I'm happy, but I'm not going to be up to be jubilating all over the place because of that. So I think that's about it. I was told this afternoon by one of the insider at Public Work called me, and one of the top insider called me, Mr. Toll, say, yeah, well, we're doing your total role, making fun of it. Which is something that he's pretty much, he's one of the big we at Public Work, pretty much telling me that they're doing a role from Tabata to Total is not going to be being done, get ready to pave and things like that. And I simply told him, when you guys ready to do that road, let me know. I want to be there and make sure that I see exactly what you guys putting down. So those are the kinds of stuff. Other than that, I think the broadcasting stuff that we're on over there is very interesting. The folks that are there, they are demanding, especially Patrick. Vanilla Patrick is stretched on demanding that this government produce. And I think with him on there, I think we're going to get somewhere because he's not a praise singer like me. He's not going to. He even stated that I said I'm a little bit surprised. I'm a big brother singing praises to the president and not demanding, but we will be here to demand that the president produce. And there are so many things that he was talking about tonight. So it's going to be a very unique program, Mr. So.
Okay, folks, you're listening to them. Then those who pick a side, their apprehensions, their
let me speak on this side picking business. While I'm not, Mr. So, while I'm not in the mood to fight with you, you started your program where your tabata. We pick sides because we believe. You didn't pick sides because you don't believe in Liberian capabilities. You did not. You and your so-called independent.
They said the men are Nicodemus citizen.
Yeah, exactly. Fly by night sedition. You guys didn't pick sides because you don't have trust in the system. You don't believe that Liberians have the ability to move themselves forward. You want us to stay in a bike and they want us to stay down. That's why you didn't pick sides. It's not because you want to be an independent. You didn't pick sides because you didn't want no progress in Liberia.
Yeah. You done? We don't.
Some done, some not done.
Okay, yeah. I understand where you're coming from. So when your expectations, when you build that high expectations and things seem to go the way you anticipated, then all of these things kick out and how you bore it within. So you got to find a way to get it out. But thank God for me. I did it for the good of the country. Yeah, the other guy talking, oh, I not let it way my man, he's silent, he's not talking. He's supposed to be talking. That's what happened when you ride a boat and you don't know even whether that captain ever did the required training and all of that. And you come funny excuses are wearing their shades because I get Alfonso J and all of those kind of stuff here. So now you listen to the three Tabata, some of whom I am about to go to here to go to the one of the independent minded gentlemen, educated, Dr. Jones Octavius Malley. You see, when we speak, when Dr. Jones speak, when I speak, you see that we are in it for the good of the country, but they do not understand us. So you listen to these three gentlemen, listen to Dr. Jones.
Elvis is saying we still not live on.
It should be on now. I get it. 2 minutes ago. Yeah, it's all here now. If you go back there, you will see it. Trust me. So Dr. Jones, okay, we are on YouTube right now. Yeah, just go back. But thank you so much, Elvis. Dr. Mara, are you there?
Yeah.
Let's hear you. What's in your folder?
First of all, I want to extend greeting to my fellow panelists, and I don't know how long since we're going to maintain this white man instrument on his face. Anyway, I also want to welcome the liberal and talent. It seems to be the liberal had got an overtime job. When he come from there, he's also set. But anyway, my lens has taken me today to the Liberal Council of Churches.
Oh.
The Liberal Council of Churches is calling on the government to audit the $22 million that, according to them, were just saying in the breeze by the Public Work Ministry. And I really want to commend the Liberian churches for taking this stand. But my question to the hierarchy of the Liberian churches, the council of the Liberian Council of Churches, my question to them tonight is that where have they been? Scintilla time, healing time, and Joya time. Where have they been? And corruption have been there since that time up to this time. Where have they at the council, the Liberian Council of Churches being? Are they the right people to even speak against this thing? Are they in glass house throwing stone? Have anyone ever seen their church's financial statement or even question some of the malpractices in some of the churches in Liberia? Where have they been? Well, we'll go into the details later. I yield.
We'll go into the details. And I told you exactly when the independent minds speak, they take a holistic approach of everything, and people freak out. Analysts freak out, and the thing is, but we're going to take a break and we'll be back. We want to welcome all of our viewers and listeners across the globe. Share the live view for us, Afonso. Bella, good to have you here. Tom Shamont, of course. Fatu is in the house. Fatu is a close ally of the Liberal. And Esther and myself, we think the same way, free-minded, more or less think about the good of the country. It's good that they recognize him, that he's one of the praise worshippers. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Listen to this announcement. Oh yes, my mouth is watering. Worcester City, Massachusetts, this Saturday lights off in what appears to be the biggest events and celebrations of the year. Now listen to the lines up. The 76th birth anniversary, honoring 10 celebrations of Mrs. Martha Dennis is expected to unleash on the big city of Worcester County this weekend. We will be there. Liberia Public Radio has been invited to bring you live happenings right before your very eyes to grace the occasion. Tune in, follow us live on Lpr to watch the Hard Deaf Camera, to our pageantry, to the already packed event. New England sensational DJ Ajivon from the ocean state of Ireland with 10,000 kilowatt speaker will be there to blast you all. Be there, cause I will be there. It is the biggest event in the best city of Worcester County, Massachusetts. And that was the Mother Daniel. Okay, so this is what we do always here. And like we told you, you are our followers. We owe a lot to you. Just in case you having some memorable event, birthday, graduation, wedding, anniversary. Even if you want to have a divorce party, I don't know why people don't have a divorce party. People marry, they have party. Why when they fall in a party, they can't have party.
That actually has happened at least 3 or 4 times that I've been invited to a divorce party. Yeah, at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why people don't do it. But anyway, on a serious note, if you're having some memorable events, just let us know. We can, we want to celebrate you as well. You have a real-time live narrative. That is what this network is all about. Let us know anything, like I have said it over and over. Don't say, oh, we expect you to see the notification today, my birthday, this and that. No, because sometimes we gotta get the America been they hard to now. Your own child say you know how to talk to them. I think you go low policeman will come to you. So we got to get consent. So it doesn't matter. Many of you part of organizations, association. That's what we want to do. We want to serve you Then you give us something. We don't just want to be begging every other day, $10, Father cash. Not that we don't have it, but let us provide a service to you. You know, it's a give and take. We don't want to take people. I can't have their honesty, their generosity to abuse it. Before we ask for money here, we will tell you exactly what we want to do with it. Not that we don't need money, trust me. But if out of your own volition you want to give it, that's fine. But when the day we're ready to do a fund drive here, it's not going to be a 1 day. It's not going to be a 2 days, 3, 4 days. It's going to be a long month because we have a target goal, and we are still working. The race is not to the soil, but he who endures to the end. Let's get a ball rolling. Let's say there's some sort of uncertainty kicking in. People are quiet, voices that you want to hear. That's not a surprise to me because you always speak your mind, which is a good thing. Why are they quiet?
Well,
it's a fear too because we are a polarized society. Kumi comes out now and Tier 1 the other day. Tier 1, he spoke on something, and guess what? Other people start going at him. Oh, yeah, man, he's frustrated because he loses the election. They don't get him job. That sort of our way of doing things in life, it makes it very difficult. So people kind of put themselves in the shit. But I don't think for me, and I agree with you, that's what they're supposed to be doing. You want to be a leader, you must start to lead. I'm not saying for everything you put finger in the throat of the government. When there's a good side, you speak to it, you put forward solutions, you engage. But they will wait again until 2029 Eve, then they come back, then you'll come with a boom again. I don't know where it will come this time. But let me hear you quickly.
The problem is I called out those individuals not because I want to call them out specifically. I'm calling out the entities that they represent, right? And for me, I'm not going to give them a way out to say, "Oh, I understand. It's Liberia is this." When you raise your hands and say you want to lead the people, it can be because you lost an election, and then you wash your hands and you walk away. And I'm not saying. And Prince Double, I will keep that comment there. You come in Minnesota, I said that we don't want can celebrate divorce party. I'm waiting for you to come Minnesota. but on a serious note, we are not asking for political agitation. And if you remember when I said my point, I talked to the end about the CDC, right? We're not asking for putting people in the streets every time. What we are asking for is a way to tell the Liberian people. Government said we should eat tabagi 3 days a week. We think we should eat tabagi 2 days a week and do other things, and here is why. Let the Liberian people have an alternative intellectual view on the issues, and it's always just can be about we're doing battle cry and we're yelling and we say Bwaka that roll and the other person that this and no, like for the love of God in me, like I am sorry that the likes of Samuel Tuai has not been visible, because I would really love to hear from him what is happening with the arrest agenda and how does that differ from the pro agenda for development, and where he sees some mistakes and some lapses, and where he sees some great things happening. I think they owe the Liberian people there. Every political party, every major candidate owe the Liberian people there to proffer either you say, okay, this is great, but here's how I would have done it, or this is total trash, or this is wonderful and it's good. Mr. To is talking about road connectivity and the quality of the roads. I'm talking about education every time. And when we have Mr. Balcony, he talks about security. And Terry talk about youth involvement, engagement. And my man, Dr. Mari will go from education to the Constitution, everything. We cannot be the one doing those. Especially from our party, like the Liberian People's Party, that boasts a high concentration of very educated people. This is when we have to be offering papers in the daily newspapers, talking about how we think the government is doing well or how we think the government ought to do better. Here is a different philosophy. Give our people different philosophy. Our people should just be going to the market and buying buka, because I want to buka in the market. Give them an option to look at Naple also and tell them why Naple will be good for them.
Great point. Let me just quick follow through, and then your colleagues can also scramble over that. Is it fair to say one of the aspects for which this is responsible is because of what lack of resources? I know it sounds crazy, and no one in their right mind will start running their political institutions strictly now to 2029. But you could keep a skeleton team to be doing what they're supposed to do. This is part of lack of structure, leadership, visions of our people. And we'll tell you, we the independent guys, we take a holistic approach and try to look at this thing. You don't believe your call of me overnight.
When I move on the independent thing, you one can the person I know that can call themselves independent than you. Other people should call you independent. But
I don't have to wait for them. I know who have I ever made a declaration here who was supposed to know? I'm not like you. I'm not a something to. I'm not a Jerry.
But you struck a very serious point though. Because that's why I said when I called out these folks' names, I'm actually talking about their political institution. That's why party got chairman and they got secretary general, they got a whole group. It doesn't have to be the former standard bearer. But you made a point that I was trying to get to, and I didn't get to it there. Stop. We need people to give us real check in real time, instantaneous check. When things are going wrong in this year, we need to hear about it this year from you. We don't want to wait 6 years later and you are on a campaign trail and telling Lpr-Tv 5 years ago this thing was happening and you didn't talk to Lpr-Tv about it. When you would have told them so that they'd be able to create the necessary check and balance for their own governance and their own sustenance.
Okay, let's our colleagues to chip in as well. Mr. Collins.
Yes, sir.
Does Mr. Goya has a point? People, I don't know whether coming in Atlanta, Georgia, or around Fiamma or whatever he is. We're now seeing them morale cooler than the wearing dark shades. They're waiting again until the eve. Then they want to like the Chinese people to build something build a temple overnight. That is wrong. They should be able to have a little Scarlington team. It's time to start doing the grand game. Talk. Sometimes issues relieve. If there's a good thing for the government, we commend the president. You don't want to elevate your opponent, but there's a way that you can do it and leave it halfway. These people, they don't, I don't know. Does the Sese have a point?
Yeah, he does. But the area he digressed again, that's where I differ with him. I think that Councillor Gonglo need to speak more often because he's a lawyer. The laws have been broken a lot by this government in many areas, especially, and even though he spoke once, but I think he need to reinforce that because people are waiting to hear him speak. And I think by the pressure he's going to put on the government, it's going to change the trajectory. Mr. Cummings also need to speak. I think Mr. Cummings is angry still because he felt that he should have been the one. And they're waiting. He stay angry. The people ate money. Actually, and this is why I said among those 22 candidates, President Boyka was the best in the race. He was the best candidate. The Liberian people made the right choice. Because Mr. Cummings was just somebody, he was a pawn. And now he's angry because the Mr. Cummings I know, by now he will be speaking, all right? Especially looking at the previous government under President Weah. Like it or not, I was telling you the last time on the show that President Weah needed to speak. And look at President Weah spoke. Look at what happened when he came in the country. That is what political leaders do. He spoke, and right after he spoke, while he was out of the country, people thought that his voice did not carry weight. But the result proved the otherwise. On the contrary, when the man came in the country, the people had to bring the army to the airport because the amount of people that went to receive him was enormous. So as a political leader, you got to resuscitate the process. You got to resuscitate your base, not to speak on everything, but it shows that you are insensitive to the plight of the people if you are seeing all these missteps going on within a period of 6 months. And you cannot speak. You can't say nothing. whatsoever, then why should the people trust you with power? You know, President Weah get his way, but President Weah, when he turned over power, he said something on a pulpit. He said, you fighting for 2029, you got to start now. If you want to engage 2029, you got to start now. So Mr. Cummings always misses the moment that he's supposed to take over. He always let those things go away from him. And to be honest with you, I see him to be the next man in the race if President Booker fails.
And Terry, for most part, I don't like to agree with you guys because you guys are always in the political fix, and I'm not one of those. But you strike a very important point. And what George Weah is doing, what I want to resonate before I go to the Liberal, we don't know yet. But he's trying to make himself viable to the process. That should have been the role of Alexander Benedict Cummings.
Yes.
Because Liberians, they also vote on the sort of thing to tell them, oh, Cummings won the last time, he didn't get it. He went the other one, he didn't get it. They want you try, my brother, experimental ground now. That is a son, but he's sitting down here, he's not doing anything. The Liberal.
Yes.
You listen to Mr. Goya, you listen to Mr. Collins, and let's see, your sister Nyobli. Where are they part of where are they going?
Well, Mr. So we will find out in due time. But the thing I want to say about these president, especially President, he and his people have to understand that we have one president at a time. You cannot be doing what he's doing and thinking as though he's second president, what have you. You allow people to undermine the institution, and the same institution that perhaps you believe in, and you can't do those kinds of stuff. Look at Madam Salif. I think Terry was saying that yesterday. She leaves and go and come with nobody even notice. Why all the brouhaha? What exactly you 6 months into the 6-year term and you want to start this early as though you're not President? They need to stop that. Whether you come through Springfield F4 or not, you're still popular. You don't need to do these kinds of stuff to say you're trying to generate people a population contest with President Bargai. It's unacceptable. Because what you're doing, look at the kind of tap Javasin coaching and talking. Because of that, you can't do that. And my friend Flanti Kofa, I have to put his foot down. If you guys want me to be with you, these things are gonna have to stop. Because we have to strengthen the institution that they themselves want to take over. You cannot try to do these kinds of stuff in many eyes of.
We are talking to a diverse group here. So what are you saying? What is your point here quickly before I go to Dr. Malik? What is he doing? Why
My point here, President Weah, when he came in the country, the entourage and all the other Segu Toure and whatever his name is, all the people coming into to a place like that. Okay? And when they came in, and look how many people turned up, which is good. And look at the I don't know how true that statement is from the Minister of Information. Look how look at it because of that, the army, and which I don't agree with. But what do you even have to put us through these things? Fly over there, go home, and if you think you need to do a gathering, go to your compound, have a conversation with your people. And that's it. There's only one government. And the one government, one president at a time. And we're doing these things to build an institution for the young people. But you coming in, right now, if President Weah were to walk and President Baka walk in the same area, President Weah would be recognized quicker than President Baka. President Weah is more popular in Liberia than any other Liberian living person. You don't need these kinds of stuff. The institution building process, you have to start. So, like I'm saying, I'm also holding the likes of, because of Flanti Kofa following these people. Look at the kind of thing that happened in Lofa County with the Lofa caucus and Thomas Fallas. Be damned. You're already deputy speaker. How much power do you want? How much power do you want? And because of these kinds of things, they're all trying to, because the team president we are is now trying to get into position. They're all trying to juggle down for position. Kofad need to stand up. He said, this is not what I signed up for. And if you guys want to do this thing, I will just be a floor member in your city. And that's enough.
All right, that's enough. Dr. Jones, let's scramble over to...
Well, I'm taken aback by the Labour stand. And the Labour will need to understand that we are not running an autocratic system in Liberia. And if for any reason the Labour feel that the president, the sitting president is not popular, then they will have to drum up strategy so he measure up with popularity. But that does not mean in any way that we should circumvent and silence people because they're popular. And if the Labour is even confessing that the president took a stand now and we are take a stand, he will overshadow the president. That's a sad statement for a diehard to say. Very, very sad. Right? This is a democracy we are running. Everyone has the right to do what they want to do. If you get your popularity, put it on the pedestal. Don't destroy the country, but put it there. It is his right. Except you don't believe in the Constitution of Liberia. So that type of autocratic tune is saddening at a particular hour for us to be hearing the kind of thing when you have just come from a popularly known ruling party radio station. I think I would start to question your loyalty now. But anyway, let me pivot a little bit.
So no, you can't pivot, Mr.
Wait, hold on. Listen, hold on.
On this
Hold on.
I know.
They're pushing to go have young people to can't defy us.
About President Baka not being, I am saying President Saka. President Saka is popular.
There is a law and order on this network.
Anybody, I am loyal to the Republic of Liberia. Unlike you and your patron, I am loyal to the Republic of Liberia. And so my loyalty is not to an individual, one thing. And secondly, Dr. Malik, you see, sometimes the way
I need protection.
It make me feel like, what are you, elephant or something like that, which is not going to go in there.
Okay, listen. Okay. When you are in charge and Jared Barker is your co-host, we give you that courtesy. My co-host, you were talking, you were never disrupted. He is my co-host. He's making his point. He's bringing the audience into today's reality. This sort of gula system, you and your Jerry Barkont and the likes of Terry Collins and other pushing on this network, this is what we try to dislodge. We are in a free society. If you want somebody to enter their country like a Nicodemus and just come and go, I will question people who will enter secretly. Dr. Jones, we're on.
Thank you for your protection. I strongly want to believe that.
Without falling inside the one again tonight. Yeah.
I strongly want to believe that if His Excellency, our president, popularity did not go up.
But I'm talking point. You know, popularity thing. I can't.
That's what I'm saying. I said if Joseph Barker popularity did not go up a little bit, he would not want Joe. We are. So Joseph Barker is a popular president right now. Except you want to deny that. Back to Sese point, I think Sese got a point. But the only caveat I have here is that I don't know what's happening to Kumi right now or the rest of the political guru. I don't know what's happening to them. I don't know what arrangement they're making. I don't know what tactical move they try to make. I don't know why they are quiet, but I'm very sure they are still concerned about the Republic of Liberia. I'm very sure they are still concerned about 2029. But one good thing I think maybe at the back of their mind is that it's too soon. She said, Colin just said, I stand to be corrected, that there have been a lot of missteps with the government they are supporting. And that's a very fine tune. That's a very lot of missteps. So maybe the rest of the opposition are waiting for more missteps. So when they're speaking, they will not start speaking until the next 3 years, addressing the misstep. I yield, CEO.
Okay, thank you so much. So, I think we have already talked. Is there any point you want to add on it so we can get to Terry's point?
No, I think the points were made. You know, and I understand. It's just my thing is I'm just concerned that you know, it doesn't always have to be about waiting for folks to have the most egregious fault before we address it. You know, sometimes we can say yes, the economic policy is right, but we will hope that they did A, B, and C added to it if we really truly all want the country to move forward. But I do understand the points of my fellow panelists, and I take them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know, like what Prince said. I saw that. I don't know why our AFL. People need to start. Leaders need to start acting like a leader, because the armed forces of Liberia intervenes when there is some sort of a convention or something. So I don't know what is the role of the police and all of that now.
But Mr. So we gotta be truthful. We gotta be fair though. We have to wait. Representative Foko has written the House, and they're having these people to go appear, and they will say why they allowed what was the change and whether there was gaps in why the AFL went. So I think we need to wait. But one thing we all cannot turn a blind eye to is there were many people on the tarmac that shouldn't have been in the secure zone. When President Weah came in the country on his jet, there were many people around that tarmac that shouldn't have been there. Now, does that warrant the AFL? I don't know. So I'm really waiting for that hearing. I think they say it's tomorrow. I want to hear from those from the chief of staff and everybody, so we can be able to make an informed decision.
These hearings without some sort of implementations end result, I'm tired with it. But anyway, I mean, we talk and talk. You guys make or talk. You brought these people on us. They would do this, and then at the end of the day, would come again. You give a headache. But let me come to Terry. Let's go to your point quickly yet, and be able to have the other guys' point. Why
is what? Which one of the points we got all on 3?
Yeah. Okay. So I prioritize and order you're not going to.
Yeah. So, but yeah, sure. So, but however, your guy from the senator from that place, the senator Peno from Renji there, yeah, from your county, Mr. So, I thought that his statement.
He's not from Renji there. He's from Lofa. He's from the same place.
What?
Yeah, I think he moved to.
No problem with this open on. Lofa is open on.
I think he moved to Kolahun, Masambolahun.
So it's not from Renji there. He and Mali from the same place.
So he's giving an analysis as regard to the level of progress that have been made within a period of 6 months as compared to 6 years. And based upon that, his analysis, he gave credit to President Boka for the immense progress he has made so far on the road that have changed the trajectory of trade, which I thought that was something that dropped the bomb in the camp of the seditions. So, you know, I thought that was sweet to listen to and all of that. But Mr. Mali made a certain point that I want to address when it comes to the Council of Churches, all right? In as much, I myself on the same network said that the Council of Churches, you know, have not been speaking, and that is clear. But the Council of Churches spoke during the time of Taylor. The Council of Churches spoke during the time of Elling. But apparently, during George Weah time, there was no opportunity for them to speak because of the fear of their lives. Equally so, they did not speak in the time we really wanted them, but they acted by doing the right thing, by supporting the leadership that we have now. And I think the president of the Council of Churches, in person of Reverend Samuel Reeves, was head of the statement or the position statement of the Council of Churches. And we cannot say because they did not speak during the 6 years, so that means they do not have the right to speak now. And if they speak now, their words should be considered invalid. I will not want to agree with that, because every Liberian have the right to speak when they feel comfortable in the atmosphere, they feel that they can express their freedom of expression. So I thought that was just a point that I needed to highlight.
Okay, so let's boil it around this terrorist talking point, and let me start with the Liberal Progressive. We saw during the days of the late Samuel Doe, Bakala Francis, Bishop Kula, Bishop Brown, and all of those bishops. It came a time they were very vocal. Some of them were speaking, some of them with the government, depending on what was happening during the day. Time has also evolved, we must understand. And the church, this is where politics is on. And we saw some churches where anointing politicians that they will be leaders. So there is a divided room on the pulpit as well. Could that possibly be one of the reasons, or many of other reasons that we do not know, for which the church is all doing what they're doing? The liberal, should the church go more further than what they are doing?
The what now?
I said the churches, should they go more further than what they are doing, or they have nothing to pry into this? People are saying why they talk now, why they didn't talk now. There's a separation of state and church. Is that practical in our own democratic process? When we see people kneeling down, people praying over them, I declare you will be the senator, you will be the representative, and all of that prophesizing?
Well, the Balahuru, they brought about anointing George Weah, that brought some serious issue, and I think they probably recognize now that they have gotten, now that Liberia has gotten a serious president, and I think they try to learn from that. No, but on a very serious note, Mr. So, I think it will be wrong for me to sit here and tell the churches of state how and when and what to do for their voices in terms of what is happening in Liberia. One of the things we have to understand with the churches and state and whatever, what have you, their function in Liberia is very critical. These people bring people together on a Sunday to preach. And by doing so, they also bring the best out of all of us sometimes. So I think the way they function in any society is very critical for the cohesion of the society, for the unity among the people in the society. It's very critical. So I think their involvement, however way they want to utilize that pulpit, I think I will support it. Except if they try to somehow try to degrade their standing in a way of trying to take side. We support that one, we do this and do that. But if they just remain the way they have the right. As the first, they are clergy people, but they are also Liberians, and they have the right under the Constitution to question and to express themselves freely. So I think I'm not going to sit here to tell them they need to do X, Y, and Z. One last thing I want to say, let me make it clear again. President Weah, and I have no shame about it, President Weah is more popular than any other Liberian sitting person right now alive. President Weah played football for a very long time. And the people who are 35 to 40 years old today, they were those that when President Weah were playing, their fathers, their uncle, their older brothers were speaking about Weah dominating the soccer landscape in the world. And he's still popular. And that popularity has now gone down. So my point here, you don't need to fly by night to Ralphie for people to come shake your hand for you to be like, well, you're popular. You already have that. There's no competition in that area. My point is, President Weah does not need to do that. When it's time for campaign, you want to campaign, you campaign. But right now, as a former sitting president, you need to help us to build the institution. Don't listen to this and the PhD guy, the people down south of me here, how do you call it? San Diego, they didn't do good for us Liberians. They should have consulted me here. They say, you know this man, we're getting ready to give him PhD. What do you think? And let me offer my opinion on that, you know? But they gave me the PhD, now he placard the PhD all over. Every time you say, oh, I got something to say, I got something to say about it. I got something, and you can't argue he's a PhD.
You seem to be having a sleepless night with this. We are in and out of the country.
This ridiculous idea from him. Yeah, how are you going to sit here and tell me that I'm suggesting that the president does not have the right to fly? No, far from it. But we are in a society where family members and family languages is very important. There's no reason,
Mr. Toh, thank you very much.
President, we have to start 6 months.
So
The President Baka administration, now you're going to start flying all over the place like a witchcraft.
From what I see, I will talk to my man. Maybe we need to prescribe Diazepam for you. It looks like you're having a sleepless night with this. We are going in, coming in. You're not sleeping. Maybe we need to find volume or something like that. So I don't know what you're going to do. You gotta. So, Dr. Jones.
Yeah. I think.
But I will not talk on the issue for the mentor. You pack it in the risk car.
No, he will pack you. He will pack you.
What issue? No, what issue?
Jones.
Oh, no, sorry, the terrorist point. Okay, sorry. And now your point.
No, man, it's not terrorist point. Terrorist left his point. And
yeah, that Mr. Mali point.
Let me talk before you close it up.
Terrorist left a point and John and forgot about a point.
So, Dr. Jones, they were always surrendered to us.
No problem.
There we
They
go.
were always surrendered to us.
You shouldn't have even tried. You should have just let it go.
Sese, when you went on our station today, my brother, we gotta pray for you. But
The man is already
You gotta pray for him.
Sese, we not see a lawyer.
So whatever I tell you, go to pray for you.
Yeah, you know, the neighbor told me I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
Dr. Mali, simply because I went there or because of the thing I discussed there, which one? Chef for sure you up there.
Both.
The man is on a state radio. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Very good.
Now,
You know why the state radio is doing cherry. Wait a minute now. You know why the state radio is carrying on what I call a political cherry picking? You know what they're doing it? They're doing it for a reason.
I know that, but give me heads up now. Let me know.
Trust me, the COR will never see daylight on our station there.
Cotto Barrier were on that.
But I was surprised. I saw Cotto there too, and Sissy. I saw Cotto. Sissy Power not surprised, but Cotto, I was very surprised. But however,
so you think you will see me on that network?
No.
And let me tell you something. They new rule, Sissy discover. The day you put on a Highlander jacket, they will shut the door before him.
This is a politician. Sissy know how to. Sissy understand terrain management. Trust me.
Okay.
Sissy understand terrain management.
Yeah, but anyway, let me just. I think the Liberal had just made CDC day tonight.
Hold on 1 second.
That is still popular. I know CDC is very happy about this statement. You just make their day. But a daha shouldn't be in that kind of business anyway. But back to Terry. You see the Liberian Church of Council. The churches are the conscience of the society. They have the right to address issues. I appreciate them a whole lot. We fall under them for salvation, for heaven that we haven't been to, and which I congratulate them for. But what we're seeing here is that when you said in Georgia government, they were afraid for their life. I don't know when you became the spokesman for the LCC. The LCC should speak at all times. Even if they're cutting your throat, you will go to heaven. Speak. You see, speak. But if you're saying you are speaking now you becoming so vocal in a hesitancy government because he a little bit cool and he's not that kind of proactive politician or leader or whatsoever, it's how you start to speak to me. What's it say? Run away? I mean, that's it. I call him run away. But anyway,
my internet flickering.
Yeah, I think LCC is even annoyed with you. But this is
don't leave them. They do not like to hear the kind of conversation. So go ahead.
Yes. You see, the LCC, I expect them actually to be friends with you. Even though they are part of the division in Liberia, the Liberia is divided. They pray for one leader and tell one leader you going to hell and tell one leader a whole lot of things going on in our country. All right. But what we're seeing here is that they should be able to be fair and balanced on issues. Address issue at all times. We will hold them in high esteem. Nothing wrong with that. Joe, we had a problem down there. People were disappearing. All right. So it's telling me they couldn't talk because they were going to kill them. Well, they were going to go to heaven. So they should have spoken, even on the disappearance.
They're not ready to go to heaven yet. They're not ready to go to heaven yet.
Okay. Then I see why they didn't talk. So in the government now, they are speaking because nobody will touch them, right?
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna come to you. Yeah, hold on there. Let's just say make a point, then I'll come to the phone line. Mr. Goya?
Yeah, I think there are a few things. There's a whole lot to unpack here. Let me start with Mr. To's statement that everybody beginning up for to say that George Weah is more popular in the country than any Liberian. He didn't just even limit that to President Walker. He said than any Liberian. And then the learned doctor tried to say that he said CDC is popular and forgetting that CDC and George Weah are two different things. But I would say though, I don't even think CDC should be happy about that, by what Mr. To said, because if we try to analyze that to say that you have a person who was a sitting president and is more popular, it is the most popular person in the country, yet got defeated, that means that you didn't have an idea to run on. That means your idea was so bad. So CDC should not even accept that. Because I think Mr. Toad just put something in their throat and they should take that red bar and throw it back and say, no, one got to be more popular. Because that's a political trick statement. You don't want to hang in your throat. So the minority wrote that one there because that would mean that there's a whole lot of things. Having said that, on the issue of the Liberian Council of Money Collectors.
Say you want to go to heaven?
Hey, okay, the other fire pastor already sending me go. I ain't reach it.
I beg you, just hold the line after Mr. Boyer.
Look, far be it from me to suggest that a Liberian person should not have the right to speak. And I don't want to be one of the people that say, because he didn't talk yesterday, he can't talk today. And I like what Prince Double is saying, that the Unity Party said that was not going to be business as usual. So we can't say because people were silent yesterday and they can't speak today. But Pastor Collins, I think you're trying to cover up your people that are cowardice. To say that they were afraid to speak last time because of bad government, and now they can speak, suggest that they are no longer the moral fiber and the protector of their people. So they were okay cowering when their people were dying, and they were okay living and hiding. But now they want to stand up. So how are you a shepherd when your sheep is dying and you don't do anything? How are they still shepherd? So I think that was a poor attempt to cover them for their cowardice. I do appreciate them coming out to speak about it. I just hope that their members are listening, and the same measure they're using to hold the government accountable, their members can hold it accountable. Start asking for some of your church record, your financial record, and the spending of your bishops and archbishops and evangelists and prophets. By the way, when a prophet prophesies and he or she get money, do they get the money to the church or they send it back to God? Okay, that's a whole different thing. But the last piece that I want to put in the space is about, look, the Liberian Council of Churches has lost its ground. They need to try to regain that. They have been the voice of morality for a long time. they started to lose that. I will argue after Doe. I will argue when the interim government national unity picked a Lutheran bishop to be their vice president, who was a member of the Council of Churches. That was when the Council of Churches started going downhill. That would be my argument, because I was from there, it started going downhill really fast, really quick. Last thing I would love to say here is that, look, and this might be controversial, but I think it's time that we start taxing the churches in Liberia.
How are you on that?
Okay. Let's go to the phone lines, and then we're going to go to the liberal progressive point and that of Dr. Jones. We still have time. Remember, we came on late, so we have time. Let's go to our phone line.
I don't know if I could push back, but anyway, you go to the phone. Ready to want to come back here.
You can before the guy can. Okay, Breakable, are you there? Let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the show. But you know, my own man today, I'm really surprised, and I just want to explain that I've been one of the person sacrificed. But Mr. Malik, you also your point that I saw ridiculous and so hard to even say as a layman and counselor or a doctor or PhD holder. Look, Mr. Malik, you cannot use that as a statement. Listen, those same things that those people are said is happening all times too in our country about human being death. Are you saying about people are missing our country and the people that the not spoke out, so the mass people. They told government they used to win election. Now I hear the president was popular, why he lost the election. Listen, the election was propaganda and on the cheating level, not on a fair election. But because the president is
hold on. What you said the election was what on the cheating level?
Yeah, they ran their own election, but they cheated in one of their own elections.
So hold on. We don't hold only politicians. People call because the callers seems to be the problem more than even the officials that we want to. When you say the cheating level, what is your interpretation? What are you saying? Where are you getting the information from?
Do you know why the by-election for a vice president in Lima County? We have thousands of in our country. Even we have thousands of two. Reason being, the election in our country was not fair and was overwhelmingly cheating. So they you see what?
Go ahead.
Why he can't evidence the Supreme Court?
So quickly here, we're not going to stay long there with Robert. Listen, was your party represented during those election processes?
Listen, and I will say the reason I will say yes, we were very sensitive about it. Look, let me just say,
make your point.
In Pneumonia, so value of pneumonia, they are not just true that just to 100% trust. Because when they come to that country, they believe is
so
and the King Justice scenario. King Justice use our people and traumatize them to extend that they believe in anything.
Okay.
So those people out there, they are not too sorry of the things about it. So they are very bored. Listen, and
thank you.
No, the people, the seriously, as I said, in our country, I spoke against President William. See, they receive clean power. They are never spoken. All the people that all the human rights lawyer, they never spoke. This movie.
Thank you, Breakable. I gotta go to the next caller.
They are not speaking a lot, nothing. No one speaking. So I don't speak.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So let me
should have gone to the Supreme Court, oh man.
Yeah, one of the main reasons for which we didn't even win the election. There are no help to the everything upside down. I don't know what. This is unbelievable. 717 number.
Then it depends on you to find the pieces.
Yeah, let's hear you. What's the name and where you're from, buddy? Hey, Davis, what's up?
Yeah, I don't really know what's really wrong with our country. Another brother came on and said there were violations. The arrival of Georgia is a violation. If I was still working at that airport, before I was working at that airport, I'm a former employee at that airport trying to write our press release. They get special ID card that go to the terminal. And not every ID card go anywhere. We get ID card to people according to their position. Those kind of places to the terminal, they don't have those ID cards. Driving all over. You know, one of those aircraft, you know how much it costs? Because some of the private companies they look at it, they come in like, what is it called? How are you going to travel? You don't do that. You don't listen to that crap in Ghana. You can't do it even in Guinea or any country. You know, like where they can do it. Go for representing. If I was to that airport, I was still working at that airport. The river now may be just because I will order security to do anything to any of them.
Wait, anything like
If
what?
tomorrow, if tomorrow,
Anything like what? Where you're going to?
If I was ever commander going to the Capitol building, I will carry over 100 men well armed.
Okay, thank God. So yeah, what was it? Who you are not AFL commander? Okay. Thank God I said you're not AFL commander because then you also got our constitution.
Recobo say he forget. He calling about the airport issue.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me go to the caller, guys. I beg you. Okay, Karen. All right, thank you so much. So this is why when you come to the name, the core name rescue comes with a lot of changes, authority measures. You observe things that are not happening, was not happening in the past. You put them into order and you execute those things here. But if you leave it open, so guys, I bet you know that this conversation is quite fascinating to a lot of people. Aaron, let's hear you quickly. Aaron, are you there?
Hold on, yeah, Aaron.
Okay, I'm not hearing you, Aaron. So it's number 61612, number 1039. Hello, guys. Oh, let me see. I don't know. Yeah. Aaron, are you there? 612, number 1039.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Let's hear you. What's the name and what you call it? Who's that? Aaron?
Yeah, this is Aaron.
Okay, Aaron, go. Okay, let's hear. What's the story number?
Yeah, how you guys doing this evening?
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to address a few things real quick, please. Make a point on a few things.
Go ahead.
The first thing, to the last caller, nobody were on that on the runway or on the airport. The people were outside. So stop lying. Everybody watch the video. Okay? Nobody was. The only people that were on the airstrip was the representatives. I think they allowed them to go there. So stop lying. Everyone all watch the video. And so Terry point. I don't know where Terry coming from, and he said the Council of Churches was not speaking. If you listen to former president, we have interview on OKFM. That's what he said for the Council of Churches. You guys were talking yesterday. Why are you guys not talking today? So I don't know where Terry coming from. The Council of Churches were not talking. They've been talking and they still talking.
Okay.
The third point I would make here is consensus. Mr. Bouye, look, President Weah won the first round of the election. The endorsement that President Walker got from other people, that's what put him over the line. And with all the endorsement that he got, he couldn't even win the election with more than 15,000 votes, which was a margin of error. Everybody knows
it was not margin of error. Don't come talk about mafia like that. It was not margin of error.
In their own election, they do that. We don't care about this election. We want you guys to bubble. That's all we're talking about. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Let's go to this number here, 612 number 1039. Let's make it brief as possible as we can. 612 number 612 1039. Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
What's your name and where you calling from, buddy?
I'm Joyce. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Plus, hear from you.
I think there are three things to talk about. Number one, Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, after her years as president, she decided not to be in a political arrangement. So she lived a peaceful and quiet life. That's two different things. Plus, we are, but just 2 weeks ago, President alive here. He have not decided whether he want to be president and don't want to be government and don't want to move as president. That's a decision to me. And there is a precedent. Everything that our ex-president supposed to receive, this military party of Terry have disrespected him.
That's right, you need to
yeah, that's Terry is going to Terry, your political party, your special advisor to the president have disrespect the ex-president. For example, look at America. The criminal record and our former president has. Just one shot, the whole country was upside down, all the security were up and down. But in Liberia, we disrespect our ex-president. You see, if he wanted to be president, he must sit there and wait for another 10 years before he comes. I know. The people still love him. And they will listen. He told the people he wants peace and quiet. He didn't force them to go to the airport. He didn't get on a line and say, I need 10,000 people to get to the airport to welcome me. He told the people, he informed the government that he was returning because he didn't have a currency. And he supported of him already, and they went to welcome him.
Thank you so much.
So that's not a problem.
Thank you so much.
So they will talk about that. Please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
But why are you blaming me when I never said that thing?
I'm good. So now you know that Tara, you also you advising the old man? We're getting a lot of revelation here tonight. Okay, Papa, let's hear you.
Thanks for having me. I don't know what about this VIP launch at the airport that is usually parties people. They don't want Georgia to use. I don't know whether they're trying to put their finger in Georgia's ass. I mean, the thing is, VIP is very important people. So if you name 5 very important people in Liberia right now, Georgia will be among those 5. So if it is, they think unless it is presidential suite, then that's a whole different thing. Okay, because I don't know the distinction. If it is presidential suite, then it's for Joe Blackout and his people. But if it is VIP, I mean, it's for very important people in Joshua. It's a very important, but why they don't want this guy to use it? I even heard yesterday somebody from the police director, he brought his pastor or whoever it is, his pastor to VIP lounge. Well, I can't, substantiate that, but that's what I heard. So if a pastor who is not a very important person in the Liberian community using whatever an ex-president, okay, and how you call it? Half of the Liberian people say they wanted Georgia to be president because, like the lady says, the 2023 election was split right in the middle. Half of the country wanted Georgia, half of the country wanted Joe Blackout. So it's not like Joe Blackout had a landslide victory, a convincing victory, such that he has an overwhelming man. No, he doesn't have it. And let me end here. You see, there's whole yellow machine thing. I'm making a prediction right on your show right now, Mr. Soul, and save the show, and then say what I'm about to say. This yellow machine, this is how it's going to end. You price it. Joe Biden will get his kickback. Nobody Dillon and the rest of the guys will get their kickback. We will be left with the very high price tag to pay. We as Liberians, very high price tag to pay. And then they will use the yellow machine for the first couple of weeks. And then after that, some of the yellow machine will be crossing the border. Someone will be like in the bushes to get, let's say that, we know Joe Biden has the issue of having equipment being left in the forest and then getting rusted. That's my prediction. Okay. We will pay for it. This way they will get a kickback. Some of these machines will cross the border, and some of them will be left in the bush and will get rusted. That's why I am up that if they want us to pay for the yellow machine, it should be very transparent and Liberians should be involved. They shouldn't do under the cover of dialogue like the way they're doing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Papa, for much. We appreciate that. We have 2% at the end, and I gotta go back. Let's hear from our guys today. I beg you. 242 number 2212, and then from that I'll be going to Mr. Double from the Ballers Rooms of Prince Double Show. 202. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for I answer my apology. Look, I'm here for guy by business. That's why I call back. Look, what is set to us? Take your Pharisee thing for you and put your natural feeling in. They made your part from Ghana airport, the VIP airport. You were welcome on overwhelmingly as a president. Now, even a former president. You saw, as a way, the public president just said, VIP is defined as important person. Anybody are important in our era is VIP. You classify person we are you. Even you don't want to give me respect. Our VIP is there for important people in the country. What? No. I listen to them. Oh, the people when I destroy the airport.
All right.
Why don't the police?
Thank you.
You love the police. And AFL on an airport. What do you expect?
Thank you very much. Let me go to the last question. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Mr. Double from the Ballers Room, host of the Prince Double Show. Mr. Double, good evening.
Hey, Mr. So and Mr. Toe Town from Soul Town. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, good. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I think it was 2018, June 7th, when they had June 7th, all the Liberians went down and blocked the streets. No AFL went out there on that street. The information minister saying something different. The police director saying something different. The chief of staff saying something different. And these are the people who are supposed to be the educated people in the Republic of Liberia. They are confusing their citizens. Information ministers telling us they heard that allegedly wanted to burn down the temple. Allegedly put armed forces outside. But Joe, we would say we're not educated. There was not one time we saw armed forces of Liberia going on the street to pull people there and shoot people. Guns in front of the people on the airport. Other passengers, other travelers coming through. We got PSU, we get ERU in Liberia. Why are they for? So Joseph Boaga, I think somebody is running the government. It's not Boaga himself, because it's not Boaga who they say got it for so many years experience behaving like still in PRC days. When we were picking them, Jonathan would see guys running around. I'm the with I got an American gun, M16 passing all around the place. That's what we just saw on Saturday. It was disturbing. There are a lot of you want George Via to pass to the photo. You want him to pass. Where is there all these VIP things? Your brother was there for 2 years. You don't pay VIP. You didn't know about VIP. When we take you that day, we are to that place. Get in a car and go with people. We had people going to that place to go meet Costa, they met all kinds of people to that place who came through the court. There were not one armed forces of Liberia put in the street. So I wanted Mr. from time to condemn his papa Joseph Boaga. That's what I waited for, but I'm here for him. And it was discouraging for us to watch those kind of things when we see people. It reminded us that the PRC days. But anyway, I heard people talking about Zoe Pennon, something to Senator. When was the last time Zoe Pennon went to Grand Julia County? Saying he got kicked out of that since November. He never went to Grand. Go and sit down. And these are the things. The PPCC is violated. And they're not talking. And he said, where you going, Sunset? You were here in Iowa last week. He went in the town, he's showing all the American thing where you born and carry. Our senators from Grand Julia County, they are something else. But thank you, Mr. Too.
No, don't call me
Mr. So, excuse me.
Yeah, don't call me Too. You know that. Okay, Mr. Double, thank you so much. Okay, guys, sorry. It's something we got to hear. That's the last caller for the day. Let's go back to the Liberal and Mr. Jones. let's wrap up your points. I believe we were like 30 minutes late, so we are still within the time column. But let's wrap up your point quickly before we go. Liberal, what was your point? Your talking point? We're not hearing you.
I changed my talking point.
No, deny.
Oh, wait, you're going to restrict me? I changed my talking point. And my new talking point, President, we are need to put him.
And that's strange. You are unbalanced, you're unstable. So those are the things you can't go ahead.
My new talking point, President, we are need to govern himself correctly and stop these childish game. This thing has a serious, it can turn to a serious problem and derail the peace. He's loved. He can't be throwing the love of the Liberian people that they have for. He can't be throwing it around like some kind of how do you call it, NNCG. Please, the people love you genuinely. Respect that. If you do well, you organize yourself. You will be a formidable candidate come 2029. Not by going to the airport having all kind of people who haven't eaten 2-3 days, can go meet you and then he thinks that you got supporter. He need to govern himself. He need to govern himself. Let him help us to build the institution. President Bakar is being there, facing. You whooped President Bakar 2017. Did you see anybody running around and say, what are you doing now? No. They came by and they said, we want the position and we're going to defeat you. And then they came and enumerated you give all the example of all your bad governing practices. You and the CDC like to put your foot in your mouth all the time. And President Bakar was able to tell you guys all of those bad things, your thievery, people, you got Samuel Twa telling us that you got a surplus, you ain't got nothing. You got Samuel Twa telling us, look, Mr. So, the other day on Spoon, there was a young man that came on Spoon. I think they call him Trokonkwi or whatever. And he said exactly what we've been saying here, that they were under the impression they were going to win the election. So they didn't face the music. He said people were lying on us, but we decided okay, nothing, we're going to win the election. Because they like a huge number were lying to them. And they come here now the election finished, you want to sit down and come fly all over the place. Fam to the sit down, President, we are.
Okay. You see, you carry on, no interruption. I'm waiting to see how you're going to expose yourself to the audience.
Good night, Mr. So. Good night, Mr. So. I'm going to excuse myself.
That's another thing we want to be looking at. You talk, and your friends ready to talk, and you're telling us good night. It's up to you, and the public will judge you to this. So you want to go? That's okay. We don't tire people. So let's jump on his talking point quick. Terry, I will let you to take on your friend. You two of you are the same type. You heard him.
Well, to be the aspect of President we are coming to the country and the army coming out, I don't see the need, to be honest, with the army coming out. We have the police force. The police could have come out. That was asked Mr. Bacon yesterday whether if that was appropriate. And even the military, what I heard on the media, the military people said it. They said that, the person that did that call is under investigation. The military people said the judge. We have people wanted to breach the airport. They tried to cross to go on the terminal. And based upon that, some airport security called. And that was how the military guy responded right away. But he was supposed to go through the proper procedure and he did not. So because of that, that guy is also under investigation. That was the response, that the initial response I'm hearing from the military people. So obviously it tells me clearly and squarely that, that was not supposed to be done. President Weah is a politician. The man have the right. He have, and I want to agree. President Weah is the most popular Liberian. The popularity Labour is speaking about is not only in Liberia. The popularity of President Weah is all over the world. President Bokar don't have that popularity. So if you're talking about popularity in Liberia, that's a different thing. But President Weah is the most popular Liberian on the planet. Let's just get that straight. Now, to the issue of this, council of churches thing, I wanted to respond to. Since they talk about the people who have accountability, your Taiwan Gonglo, or any accountability ever?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Give me chance. Give me chance. Give me chance. Let me speak. Okay. Okay, let me ask you whether Taiwan Gonglo you give or financial report concerning the post-election. You give or report?
Who the us now?
The Liberian people.
But
your political institution?
When I ask a question, because I don't let it be sentimental. Because the first thing I said was their members should ask them for report. But you try to say I said they didn't get report.
No, but
relax.
So your political party gave your people
Terry, your constitution gives the authority to the National Election Commission to ask these people for report. And so if you want to check the National Election Commission, that's where it's supposed to go. Not to you. It goes to the National Election Commission.
So for transparency and public opinion, you will not give us accountability on your post-war expenditure budget for your campaign? Okay, let's leave that one.
No.
Let's leave that one.
Because even here in America, the Democratic Party does not give you reports to individual. They send it to the Election Commission. So then if you want it, you go and get it.
Okay, so what about your party? Do your party have the right and access to your budget? The expenditure of your budget post-war.
Who you think you want with the budget, not the party? Who you think you want with the budget, not the party?
So, okay, I agree. Okay, however, since it's not in the public, we don't have that record. We don't have the right to question your credibility, but you got a right to question our credibility.
I'm telling you where it's
so I accept that. However, the church have played a major role in the establishment of our independence in Liberia. The church played a major role. The Declaration of Independence was signed in the Baptist Church, the Provident Baptist Church. Even in the preamble, the preamble of the Constitution.
Those so-called people that make me know that make me know.
Liberal, you can't do that.
Can I speak, please?
Liberal.
Yeah. I agree. Every history got a bypass. We got the American history, we got the black slavery, all those things. But there was a foundation, and the foundation, the church was intervened. The church was there. We had Bishop Michael Francis, who spoke all through Charles at the time. We had Mother Sarah Doe that was raped and killed. She used to speak against the government. We had so many times the church intervened in so many cases in Liberia and all of that. Even the war, the church played a major role in advocating for the conclusion of the war in many regards. And I can go on and on. Even like the other day, we were talking about drugs. The church also played. So there are many things that the church have contributed to the society. Right now, we got Joshua Bly, a common pastor. He got a whole area where he's taking care of drug addicted people. Not only that, I can go on and list to you and give you statistics of the contribution the church as a body and individually have made. The contribution is enormous that have made to the society. So yeah, I will just let you leave it there. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Jones.
CEO, I gotta run. But before I run, let me just make one point of correction here. We go back to the point of the first correction here is that we are not talking about the church and individual pastors standing out there to talk about things. That's not what we're talking about on the platform.
The council of churches involve everybody.
You are talking.
Hold on.
I have my gun to my chest.
Don't be like it. Anyway, he's a liberal type.
You carry no problem. Let you speak.
So, liberal, you gotta talk your pardon to get a gun to his chest. Cesar and I are talking about the approach of the LCC in court. We're not talking about individual. We are not talking about 1847. We are talking about progressive issue right now. You said they couldn't speak in Wiata because they were going to cut their throat. All right? And they have cut their throat, they were going to go to heaven, as a matter of fact. But what we're seeing here is this.
Oh, God.
What we're seeing here is this.
The LCC cannot be doing cherry picking in that country. We expect the LCC to play a vital role on every issue that involves the total human being in our country. This is where I think where I'm coming from. Yes. So the SPP are not always just been speaking.
And I agree with you.
As we said regularly, no, you agree with me. They says here,
I always said that.
They says
If
here,
you don't listen to me on the show, I've always said that.
Okay. They says here, Georgia, and they are spoken any day, says here they're going to cut their throat. So they never spoke in any of the city.
They spoke. But not to my expert, not to my desire. They spoke.
So you said they didn't speak because they're afraid to cut their throat. But
yeah, they didn't speak on many major issues. But
that when you die, you go to heaven, but they didn't want to go to heaven, so they're scared. Yeah. What you said?
To go to heaven, they can cut your throat. They won't do that. But what I'm seeing here is, Mr. Collins, everybody, as I said, and Cecil will agree with me, we respect it. These are our religious people. We respect them. We honor them. But when they cross the line from their religious responsibility and come into politics, then they are in glass house now throwing stone, and the stone will come by and will bust the glass house.
But you get Deacon as president, then you say into.
I'm coming now. I'm coming.
October was a Baptist pastor.
Talking about individual here.
I think
you continue to harass my ex.
I mean, that even help with the point.
But you have come and
so
interfere.
No, we are talking about the LCC. We're not talking about.
We got to. So I gotta go.
Yeah. I thought you like I was saying, Lpr. But anyway, this is the issue. The church. I think I'm not a mathematician. Maybe I will ask Sister to help me. I think the church is supposed to be praying almost 85% for the salvation of the people of Liberia, and the rest they address issue. But it seems to be a vice versa now. They have forgotten a large chunk of salvation now because the issue of transparency, accountability. Colin, you know, I know. And so you tell me now they're not in our other business. You know the business I'm talking about, right? So what we're saying here is
okay, guys.
Look,
I know you.
I listen to you.
Okay, so lastly to conclude, I just want to say here that I called my daughter today in Liberia, and she was giving me some strange revelation about what is going on at the University of Liberia about sins and soup. I didn't know that it was they seeing soup and seeing that put the president under pressure for him to resign. I didn't know that. I didn't also know that it was the same group that came out to say, oh, the interim man got to go. I didn't know that. So as Cesar was saying, Terry was saying he had a point there. It seems to be the guys are going because it's like their activity now is creating what I call instability. And that is concerning.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we have had enough time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'll close here, Chief. Or me pa there today. You forgot about me. Hold it.
Oh no, you gotta close. We are here to protect you.
You're saying thank you now, like, because I showed my LB yesterday, now, Chief. So you packed me now.
Well, my guess, you are already being initiated by the Liberals, so doing business with you now is a risk. We can just do a mini wrap up.
That matter how they let it fire, me just put gasoline on it. I was going to talk about the VIP launch and all stuff. But Terry, you like to add like you can only rejoin 11:35. You don't rejoin 11:34 and 36. You want to say Jesus? What happened before Jesus? What happened after? Well, by the way, Lazarus died again after that whole thing, but they didn't bring him back. But the point I'm trying to make here to you is that if you listen attentively and not to respond, You were not going to go with Atabata about the independence and everything. What I said here was that the Liberal Council of Churches started to lose its voice when they appointed a certain bishop to be on the interim government national unity. That was in the 1990s. So I didn't see anything about Bakala, for instance, not being available, that the church has not done anything. That so for you to take us, carry us all the way back over there was not even necessary, because that was not the point that I made. That was not the point. The second piece I said was that I am for people speaking in the country. I am not against. I'm not saying because you didn't talk yesterday, so you can't talk today. I didn't say that. I said, but the same measure they are using, asking for accountability, their members should ask them for accountability. When else they being wrong for somebody asking them to account for their resources? Number three, and since you wanted me to reiterate this, the council of churches were doing gossip. That whole thing they reported our gossip. What did they tell us that they know factually that required them to call for an audit? Nothing. That was gossip. As a matter of fact, they were all out of their league. None of them was qualified to even come up with any financial analysis, or they told us who did analysis on their behalf and they came up with. That was mere gossip. It almost like when somebody get on and say, I saw you and your mind is the person that I want you to go to heaven, and then you got to sing hallelujah, and then they get there and go say you fire go. That was exactly what we were doing over there today. So I would say,
I think he got invited at the camera.
and again, by the way, that man is a member of the council of church. The church didn't do nothing. Say you want to talk about individual pastor. The other man who was selling people fake visas, the council of churches didn't say nothing about that one there. But you remember the council of churches? Look, when we talk about the council of churches, we're not talking about individual pastors, because I could go on and on about calling so many individual pastors. We are talking about the institution that they have, not individual membership pastor, as an institution, because they are a registered institution in Liberia. That is what I was talking about. I'm not talking about, the one or two pastors that are passing around that can go have crusade in Lockington and people die. And I think I'm not talking about the people there, because I could go on and on and on.
So, Dr. Jones.
Yes, sir.
So the three gentlemen, you see how they aim on one another's throat? It's because of their own doing, their own creation.
Independent. No, CEO. I think what I see here, looking at Stacey was forced into that thing, to that FBI. I think he was forced into it. Stacey, his loyalty here.
He's about to confess. He's about to confess. Let's hear.
No, but y'all want it because you never be like gossip in it. I was saying that here. I was actually doing work, and I got a call from D-Flow. I said, "Hey, CZ, can you please join the show?" I said, "What is the topic?" He told me the topic. I said, "Okay." So I said, when I get done with my work, I will join the show. That's why I was on the show for about 35 minutes today. I am not a member of the panel. I was already.
The liberal also said he had a conversation with you, and right after that, then D-Flow called. So
yeah, but no, but I'm the agent for the liberal. I'm the agent for the liberal. I'm negotiating a deal with LBS, so I'm his agent. That's a different conversation.
Oh, really?
They pay the million, so we're trying to negotiate our package. We got to get Sky, we got to get you all for the generator, and other one that we negotiate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is quite interesting. Wow. Okay.
CEO, can I get my 1 minute? I got to leave.
How many minutes you have now? Because some I've not spoken yet. I got to sleep. I thought you said you were going.
Are you forgetting my title?
No, he came back to me to respond. But if you want for me to say that there's no problem, it's okay. I can save it for the next thing.
And liberal, you say you were gone. As far as I'm concerned, you are not part of this program right now. Dr. June, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the independent voice. I respect. Flow.
Thank you, CEO.
If you don't move in line with the revolution takes place.
And they're not ashamed of themselves, though.
Even as desperate as the black snake in the forest, it still can smile with other snakes. Very friend there. So I got a question about the airport thing. My question here is that I stand to be educated and corrected on this anyway. When His Excellency was vice president during we time, did he ever use the VIP loan when you left the country or you came back? Anybody have idea on that?
There are two different things that people are confusing. There is
Yeah.
the VIP lounge and there's a presidential restricted lounge.
Oh, restricted lounge.
There are two different things here, and they keep saying VIP to both of them. There is
Okay.
one. Last time when former president came trying to use the other VIP place, they said no, they're not going to use that. So there are two lounges. One of them
Okay.
is restricted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then my next question now. Yeah. Then my next question now is.
1 second to what, and, people just bucket everything up without even
Yeah.
getting the detail. The VIP there is, it can be like any senior other government officials or other United Nations relief people. When it comes to go through that point, it is quite far different from that of the presidential to launch or suite. So,
Okay.
but everything the one that get a V and a P, they just put everything together.
Okay.
Go ahead, quick.
So my last question now is the restricted presidential VIP lounge. Who elevated it? Was it elevated under Helen Johnson Sirleaf or under President Weah? When did they come to being?
That is the part that the sedition say was built by Weah. Because remember, the airport was not fully completed when Ellen to George Weah. And
So
that's why
now-
he should use it because he built it.
Okay, so now that portion now is the CDC property, legal property. Now. Okay, thank you.
This is where the disconnect comes in, and people, and this is why they don't even tell us, they don't distinguish, they don't tell us what is government initiated and what these people initiated. So the C8, the man, he is the president of the country. Whatever project he undertakes, it is the government of the Republic of Liberia. But the interpretation is this one, this. So then, who is the government? How is the government being operated? Are there extra fundings that he's using besides government funding? They don't provide those information.
Yeah,
And
but
the
see,
level will not even tell you that.
but CEO, is there any policy governing this presidential thing like that we can read?
Special assistant, the man who on the state radio now, he might know that, but I don't think he's prepared to give that answer. So we will let her go today. He and D-Flow.
Anyway, I would do some research on that thing before I can take a position.
He and D-Flow, UG Fagom, sadly, my own sister Goya has joined and sneaked in and gone the show. He doing the people district school.
All the way I say, I guess for the question, the best they give me out there.
D-Flow called him after Samson to initiate the call. He went there and he said, I just spent just 35 minutes. Is just?
Yeah, but
CEO,
don't forget that they get a saying that show me your friend. I will tell you who you are.
So, you and myself and the likes of like Esther, we have to stand strong because these people are trying to infest this network.
Oh, Esther is independent?
Of course, Esther.
I didn't know. I thought she was a sedition.
Oh no, Esther is very independent.
Esther
For them, all sedition are independent. All sedition are independent.
You just said Keto were independent. Keto admitted that he's a sedition. So I don't understand what an independent voice is. Ready?
Sedition are independent.
We are we are judging you by your ties.
Breakable is also
independent.
Breakable part of the independent.
Jerry, this is how we go. Up to them, all sedition are independent. Some independent are sedition.
Oh, okay.
Some sedition are independent.
So, guys, we want to thank you so much.
Mr. Otto, I'll be back here tomorrow.
Who invited you?
Tomorrow I'm on tomorrow, so I don't care what Liberal do.
Oh, you on tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I will cancel my extraordinary activity.
They're going to be surprised tomorrow.
Sister, are you joining again tomorrow? You joining the Liberal then tomorrow again? Yeah.
First of all, we will not discuss any topic your guy man. You will discuss our topic.
Not a part of the
all right. We will not discuss your topic. We'll get it on Facebook.
Inviting you tomorrow.
We'll get it on Facebook. We'll get it on the media. We'll go there. We'll get it.
What made it
According
too
to the-
enforcement? So
Dr. Malipa, we don't know what side he on because when Mr. So is on, he talk differently. When Mr. Pompato on, he talk differently. So I still don't understand his.
Terry, you're not going to create any chaos among us here. Like Mali and I, we stand from day one. We
Say,
stand.
if you want to hear Dr. Mali to be himself, let Mr. So don't come in. He will be
Right.
here.
Then you can listen to real independent voice. But once he see Mr. So, his whole entirety he learned, he have calculated for the whole day and it changed.
tomorrow, let me make the announcement about my activity tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be appearing as a special guest on Judea Hard Talk.
Good night.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Really?
Good night.
You see,
Okay.
Mali, these
I
are the
will go
people
there.
that are giving us headache. They don't even know what they want. Something to he will. I'm waiting to see how he and Fagon will end up.
Oh, we're
That's
doing
what-
good.
They'll be-
Fagon thinks say him and say in the same age group. I told him yesterday, no, he didn't see Totman. He said no, he saw Totman 1966. That you and Joe, we are older than you. How
Wait
you
a
see
minute
Totman
now.
1966?
So that age
Fagon is a flexible guy. Most people don't know, but the guy I saw, Fagon is a flexible guy.
Okay,
See, say I tell him say I will appear on the independent channel. He thought nothing. Say I say I will appear on the independent station, Judea Hard Talk. He thought nothing.
But Jida is not a bad radio station. The only thing is a sedition. It's a CDC error. It's okay.
It's an independent channel, so I show you up there.
My man, the people that sedition, but you know that the people that sedition. This network is the only network I respect when it comes to transparency. Because I did the CEO, he had his side, but he didn't publicly announce. And that is how journalists are supposed to behave.
Why would I hire side?
No, what I mean, you can't tell me that you didn't have somebody in your heart you were supporting,
Terry.
but you did not openly announce that name, which is good.
Terry,
That's all right.
The man was scared.
I see you guys, man.
Was scared. The man was scared to announce it. The man belongs to the council of churches.
Oh yeah, can't join the council of churches. Maybe that will help.
Good night, guys.
All the people there, there are so Tabata people there. So what's the point of waiting? Guys,
Good night, man.
listen, evening. We'll see you back tomorrow. Okay, folks, that does it this evening. So I want to thank you so much for your time. It's 10:29 Eastern Standard Time, as usual, to all of our good. Okay, yeah, I know, Esther. He's more than flip-flopper. Hey, there you go. Ketot, good to have you here. By tomorrow, we'll be back here with the Lpr-Tv, and hopefully it goes well. We want to thank you so much for your time. Hey, love for the man. How everything, man? Long time. We're not talking, but I know everything is okay out there. For those of you, just we say thank you so much. Your comments, your tweets, we usually go back to read those comments, and it helps us to enhance our broadcast. It improves our talking point. However, we don't say your weight as you may anticipate, but we do appreciate your consistency always being here. And like we say, if you're having any memorable time, let us know. We will cheer you up. We'll celebrate you. That's what we should do. We want to allow people to tell their narrative, their own story, success story for that matter. Until then, I'm Alfonso Z and Salt of the Liberal Public Radios and Lpr-Tv. I bidding you farewell. Thank you so much for your time this evening. We're looking forward to having you here. Hey, Roland, how are you? Good to have you here again. Let's do this quick one here before we take off. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Listen to this announcement. Oh, yes, my mouth is watering to Worcester City, Massachusetts, this Saturday. Lights off in what appears to be the biggest events and celebrations of the year. Now, listen to the answer. The 76th birth anniversary, honoring and celebrations of Mrs. Martha Dennis is expected to unleash on the big city of Worcester County this weekend. We will be there. Liberia Public Radio has been invited to bring you live happenings right before your very eyes to grace the occasions. Tune in, follow us live on Lpr to watch the hard def camera, to our pageantry, to the already packed event. New England sensational DJ Archivon from the ocean state of Rhode Island with 10,000 kilowatt speaker will be there to blast you up. Be there, cause I will be there. It is the biggest event in the best city of Worcester County, Massachusetts. And that was the Mother Daniel. So, Saturday, French Message Summit this what we will, as we learn, Mrs. Dennis is the widow of the late General Willie Dennis. Kids will be celebrating her 76th birth anniversary. 76, that's huge. Her work in the community and what the family feels, what she has done. And I think that is good. It's good to give a recognition to when one is alive. Let them see, let them hear for themselves. I'm not a fanatic of when people die and people can't spitting over people, somebody coughing. Oh, he was there. Oh, she was this. It doesn't make no sense. And that's what sometimes our community do. There are people who work tirelessly. These communities, they should recognize, even at a pop concert, just do the park and God and say thank you for what you do. But for people to wait until someone is dead, and then they come to drinking beer and coming looking over you. Oh, what they are literally telling you, we're enjoying life, go ahead. So I think it is a good thing to do to recognize family member, friends, someone that is dearest to you when he or she is alive. To see, let them hear for themselves in real time what people think of them. Then the person is dead. So they will be celebrating Mrs. Dennis, and of course, like Republic Radio, was extended an invitation to provide coverage. And I tell you, what we are hearing, the Bay State of Massachusetts, family members arriving from out of state. With understanding, you're going to be a carnival, you're going to be a celebration. The chandelier room is already been. They have started preparation. Lots will be going on. So the event is expected to start late evening by 5, according to their protocols. We'll wait and see. She'll be leaving the hotel. Sources telling us, special limousine to family. I mean, that's how you cheer people or give her flower. If we all can learn to do that, I think people will feel good about themselves. Somebody die, okay, 10 cow, 15 cow, people can't eat free food, they ain't paid nothing, or they tell you, oh, no salt in this one, no. Recognize them when they're alive. Until then, folks, we say thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. Don't forget, just in case, whether you are far or near, wherever you are in Liberia, right here in the USA, convention, family reunions, anniversary, to graduation, even baby shower, we must allow people to tell their success story, no matter how it is. Showcase that, and we have the capacity to enhance that. This is what we are here for, not just only for politicians. We are here to have these day-to-day community conversation. Let us know, even when your birthday is coming, as long as you are a follower here, shoot us a message. Hey, tomorrow is my birthday. Can you send out a birthday shout out? Definitely, we're going to do that. We want to provide a service and you can in turn pay for it. We don't want to take free money. There's nothing. I never found a dime saying I've been in this country yet. So why should people give you money without you working for it? It is our belief. Until then, so we say thank you so much. If this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. Hopefully, this will be a home network. Leave your comment, what you like, what you dislike, what we need to improve on, and trust me, we will treat it at that level. If you want to be a contributor or analyst, we always say that the corridor is open as long as you have it. It doesn't matter which political institution you represent. We do not sanction voices. We ask tough questions. We have authentic conversation. That's all. And just have a thick skin. Don't be like the Lpr. Every little thing get under their skin and the blood pressure goes over the roof. That's not who we are. We allow people to speak. We facilitate high core conversation. However, things said on this network, it is not the views and opinions of the management and staff of LPR. But we do provide this hardcore conversation. We do facilitate this conversation. It is of their own, not the views of the management of the Liberal Public Radio. Until then, have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye. So as you see, we will be celebrating her this weekend right here in the Bay State of Massachusetts. Have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.
Evenings, depending on your locations. I am Afonso Z and Salt of the Liberal Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to thank you so much for your commitment to this network, being here with us every night, every afternoon, every evenings, and having these sort of national conversation. It is amazing. It is only because of you, your courage, your resilience, and for the love overall, for the love of your country. You are not just here for us to see us while we talk, while we agree, while we do not disagree with, but ultimately to see the growth of your country. We want to thank you so much. We are thrilled, we are overwhelmed of your commitment to this network. All of you, whether you agree or disagree with us, by virtue of the fact that you are here every evening, every time we are on, it is a clear indication that we are all in it, regardless of our political background, for the good of the country. But just to give you a little bit backdrop of LPR now, Liberal Public Radio, we were not at this point. We started on a very small or sectional scale, a specific section in Granger County radio basin. As I will begin to push forward, we transition to voice of GD. And there's a tendency of saying that you always want to excel in whatever thing you want to do. And we found out how we were growing. Our voices were being heard, but certain segment was still alienated. And so the conversations started. But I tell you, it wasn't an easy one though. From one to another, and we were trying to take a little bigger approach, and that is the Liberia Public Radio. One of the person that have this sort of apprehension as to where the leadership was driving this network is usual. It's still here. Yeah, it's a liberal progressive. Not that he was against it, but he was speaking from his liberal point of view, which we also took into consideration. But we managed to talk to other folks who were part of the network at the time, and management making a strong case that if our messages to resonate and to be more inclusive in the national conversation, there's a need that we also take into consideration the nomenclature, the name of the network, because other people feel they are not speaking to their base or their region if we're to be narrowed down to voice of GD. And so ultimately we came to a decision, and the name Liberia Public Radio, boom, it just came to mind because I'm a strong follower, not just follower, donor of the National Public Radio, which is not controlled by national government, but the citizens' right goes there and express their views and their opinion. And that I found it very, very